All right, let's jump into a deep dive on air fryers.
Sounds good.
We're going to be taking a look at the Air Fryer Cookbook. It's got a really long title. The All-in-One 2022 Air Fryer Bible
Okay.
by Sage Cooke.
Mm-hmm.
And this cookbook is interesting because it's got like 1,000 recipes.
Wow.
But it's not just a collection of recipes.
Right.
It also really goes into like the fundamentals of air frying.
Yeah, and it also even kind of gets into like why air fried food can be healthier.
Okay.
It talks about how like reducing your oil intake can actually help you lose weight.
So it's not just about making things crispy.
Right.
It's also about making them healthier.
Exactly, and it explains like how these appliances actually work.
Mm.
They use hot air circulation to create that like crispy texture that we all love in fried foods,
Mm-hmm.
but without all the added fat.
So like, how does that work?
So basically,
Like, is it like a tiny convection oven or something?
kind of, yeah, it's similar to a convection oven, but
Sorry.
it's designed to circulate that hot air even more rapidly and efficiently.
I see.
And you might be surprised to learn that some air fryers can actually do way more than just fry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, think like dehydrating, grilling, baking, broiling, even roasting and reheating.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I know, right?
It's like a whole oven in one little
It's pretty amazing.
appliance.
Yeah,
So before we get into all the like crazy things that you can make in an air fryer,
sure.
what are like the fundamentals?
Okay, so when you're first starting out with an air fryer, placement is really crucial.
Okay.
You want to make sure there's at least 5 inches of space behind the unit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for proper ventilation.
So it can breathe.
Exactly. You don't want to trap all that hot air.
Right.
It needs to circulate.
Okay.
Another key thing is preheating.
Oh, so just like a regular oven.
Yeah, just like you would with an oven.
2 minutes. Or...
Yeah, about 2 minutes should do it.
Okay.
Just to get that air fryer up to temperature.
So it's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other like fundamental tips before we get to the food itself?
Yeah, a really important one is breading or coating your food properly.
Oh, why is that?
Well, for a couple of reasons. One is it helps to prevent the food from drying out.
Okay.
And the other is that it helps it crisp up nicely.
Okay. And is it also to like keep the food from blowing around
Oh, yeah, that too.
inside the air fryer?
Yeah, that circulating hot air can be pretty powerful.
I can imagine.
So that breading kind of helps to weigh things down,
Okay.
keep them from getting tossed around too much.
That makes sense.
And it also just creates a more delicious crust.
Oh, okay. So now I'm ready to talk about the actual food.
Okay, great.
Where should we start?
Let's start with breakfast.
Okay.
The Air Fryer Bible has a ton of morning options.
Love breakfast.
Yeah.
So what are some of the highlights?
Well, one that caught my eye is called chest-filled bread for breakfast.
Chest-filled bread for breakfast.
Yeah, it's basically like a bread bowl
Okay.
filled with meat, caramelized onions, and cheese.
Whoa, that sounds intense for breakfast.
It's pretty decadent.
Is it hard to make?
Not at all.
Okay.
Really simple ingredients, and the air fryer does most of the work.
So it's like dump it in and
Pretty much.
walk away.
Yeah.
Okay.
They also have these zucchini crisps.
Zucchini crisps for breakfast.
I know it sounds a little different, but
Yeah.
they're actually a great alternative to like potato chips if
Okay.
you're trying to eat healthier.
So less greasy.
Way less fat, and zucchini is actually really good for you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're still crispy and delicious.
Okay. What about eggs? Are there any like good egg recipes in this book?
Yeah, they've got a whole range of egg dishes, from basic scrambled eggs to like more creative things. The prosciutto and eggs cups sound really good.
Prosciutto and eggs cups.
Yeah, they're like individual servings.
Okay.
Little prosciutto-lined cups filled with eggs and spinach.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
I know, right?
Okay, so we've got breakfast covered. What about poultry?
All right, so for poultry, they've got a ton of chicken and turkey recipes.
Yeah.
Everything from like simple weeknight meals to more elaborate dishes.
Mm-hmm.
One that stands out is the glazed chicken breast with basil corn salad.
Glazed chicken breast with basil corn salad?
Yeah.
That sounds like summer.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It's a great example of how air fryers can make like juicy, flavorful chicken without drying it out.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like chicken can get really dry
Yeah, definitely.
if you overcook it.
Especially in the oven.
Yeah.
But the air fryer kind of locks in that moisture.
Okay, like that.
What about something a little spicier?
Ooh, yeah, I love spicy food.
If you're looking for heat, they have a Nashville hot chicken recipe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's pretty intense.
Okay.
And then for a classic comfort food, they have an air fryer whole BBQ chicken with baked potatoes.
Whoa. So you can cook a whole chicken in an air fryer
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
and potatoes at the same time.
Yep, all in one appliance.
That's convenient.
I know, right?
Okay, so now I'm curious, what about vegan options?
Oh, yeah, they have a whole section dedicated to vegan dishes. Cool.
which shows that air fryers really can be used for all kinds of dietary preferences.
So they're not just for like meat eaters.
Not at all.
Okay. What are some of the vegan options?
Well, they have these mixed veggie pancakes, which sound really hearty and flavorful.
Okay.
There's also Mexican-style corn on the cob.
Okay.
And for dessert, they even have vegan chocolate chip cookies.
Vegan chocolate chip cookies in an air fryer.
Yep. It's pretty incredible what you can make in these things.
I know. I'm learning so much.
So are you ready to move on to vegetables and side dishes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, great. So the cookbook has a whole chapter on vegetables and side dishes, and it really focuses on how air frying can make vegetables more appealing.
I'm listening because I struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do,
Yeah.
especially for those who might not be big fans of vegetables.
Okay, so what are some of the recipes?
Well, one that stood out to me was the purple medley.
Purple medley.
Yeah, it's a really colorful dish with beets, purple carrots, and red onions.
Okay.
And the air fryer really brings out their natural sweetness.
Okay, that makes sense.
They also have this recipe for sesame and balsamic vinegar green beans.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a really simple but flavorful way to elevate a basic vegetable.
Yeah, I love green beans.
Me too.
Okay, what about for vegetarians?
Oh yeah, for a heartier vegetarian main course, there's a recipe for quinoa stuffed green bell peppers.
Oh, that sounds healthy.
It's a really healthy and satisfying option.
Okay, so we've covered breakfast, poultry, vegan options, and sides.
We have.
What's next?
Let's move on to main courses.
Okay, I'm ready.
The cookbook covers a wide range of proteins,
Mm-hmm.
including beef, lamb, pork, and seafood.
Okay, so what are some of the most interesting ones?
Well, one that caught my eye was spicy air fryer steak fingers with dill pickle dip.
Ooh, stick fingers.
Yeah,
Okay, that sound good.
it's like a fun twist on a classic appetizer.
Mm-hmm.
They also have these lamb meat roll-ups.
Meat roll-ups. What are those? They're basically savory rolls filled with smoked lamb, sauerkraut, and Swiss cheese.
Oh, wow. That sounds really good.
And for seafood lovers, they have a coconut shrimp recipe
Ooh, yeah, I love coconut shrimp.
with a crispy coconut coating.
So good.
All right, so now that we've covered the savory dishes, are you ready for dessert?
Always ready for dessert.
All right, so they actually have a whole chapter on air-fried desserts.
Really.
Yeah.
You can make desserts in an air fryer.
You can. It's amazing.
Okay, what are some of the highlights?
Well, they have this really simple chocolate pudding recipe.
Okay,
It's quick and easy to make in the air fryer,
interesting.
and it comes out with this really silky, smooth texture.
Hmm.
They also have these individual air fryer banana caramel pies.
Air fryer banana caramel pies.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Like little individual pies
Yeah.
with caramel and banana.
Yeah, it's a classic combination.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking for something a little more refreshing, there's a recipe for lemon biscuits.
Okay, I'm sold. I need this cookbook.
I know, right? This is amazing. It's a testament to the versatility of air fryers.
I'm so impressed by all the different things that you can make.
Me too.
Okay, so I think that covers a lot of ground for this first part of our deep dive.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to talk about, though.
Yeah.
In the next part, we're going to go beyond just listing recipes.
Okay.
And we're going to actually explore some of the techniques and tips
Okay.
that can help you get the most out of your air fryer.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Stay tuned, everyone, for more air fryer adventures. Okay, so we're back, and we're ready to really dig into the techniques behind air frying.
All right, sounds good.
So one thing that the cookbook mentions
Yeah.
is something called the Maillard reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to admit, I'm not really sure what that is.
So the Maillard reaction, it sounds really fancy and scientific,
Yeah.
but it's actually a pretty simple concept.
Okay.
It's basically a chemical process that happens when you heat proteins and sugars in food
Okay.
to a certain temperature. And it's what creates that browning and those complex flavors that we love
Okay.
in roasted meats, baked bread, and air-fried foods.
So it's not just about cooking the food through.
Right.
It's about getting that color and flavor.
Exactly. It's about developing those rich flavors and that beautiful golden brown color.
Okay, and how do air fryers help with that?
Well, air fryers are really good at creating the right conditions
Right.
for the Maillard reaction to happen because that rapid circulation of hot air ensures even browning
I see.
and helps to create that crispy crust.
So they're kind of like mini convection ovens in a way?
They are similar to convection ovens, but air fryers are specifically designed to circulate that hot air even more rapidly and efficiently.
Okay. So what if I have a favorite recipe
Yeah.
that I normally make in the oven?
Mm-hmm.
Can I adapt that for the air fryer?
You can definitely try air frying almost anything.
Okay.
And the cookbook actually encourages you to experiment.
But are there, like, adjustments you need to make?
Yes, definitely. The biggest adjustments you'll need to make are to the cooking time and temperature,
Well,
because air fryers cook food more quickly
yeah.
than traditional ovens.
So less time.
Yeah, you'll typically need to reduce the cooking time,
Okay.
and you might also need to lower the temperature a little bit,
Hmm.
just to prevent overbrowning.
Especially if it's something that cooks for a long time?
Right.
So is it just like trial and error?
It can be a little bit of trial and error,
Okay.
especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
But the cookbook has this really handy cooking time chart
Okay.
for different types of food.
That's helpful.
Yeah, and as you get more experience, you'll develop a better sense of how to adjust things
Okay.
based on your specific air fryer and the ingredients you're using.
Gotcha. Are there any other tips for adapting recipes?
Yeah, one tip is to use the right accessories.
Okay.
The cookbook recommends using things like parchment paper
Okay.
or silicone liners
Yeah.
to prevent food from sticking.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and to make cleanup a lot easier.
Especially if you're cooking something like cheesy.
Oh yeah, melted cheese can be a nightmare to clean up,
I've been there.
but with parchment paper, it just wipes right off.
Nice. Okay, so I'm all about easy cleanup.
Me too.
What about for smaller foods?
For smaller things, like chicken wings or French fries,
Yeah.
you can use skewers or metal racks
Okay.
to maximize your cooking space
Makes sense.
and ensure even browning.
So you're not like overcrowding the basket.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's clear that this cookbook is giving us a lot more than just recipes.
Yeah,
It's really equipping us with the knowledge we need to be successful with our air fryer.
exactly.
Speaking of successful air frying,
Yes.
let's talk about cleaning.
Ooh, yeah. I've heard that air fryers are really easy to clean.
They are.
But is that true?
It's true, most air fryers have removable parts that are dishwasher safe,
Okay.
and the non-stick surfaces make cleaning a breeze.
So it's not like scrubbing greasy pans for hours.
No, not at all.
Music to my ears.
The cookbook actually gives you step-by-step instructions
Oh, wow.
for cleaning both basket-style and oven-style air fryers.
So it covers all the bases.
It does.
Okay, now let's talk about oil.
Okay.
Because we know that air fryers use way less oil
Right.
than traditional frying methods.
Mm-hmm.
But do we need to use any oil at all?
That's a good question, and the answer is it depends.
Okay.
You can technically air fry without any oil, but a light coating of oil can definitely enhance the flavor
Yeah.
and the crispiness.
And also probably prevent things from sticking.
Yeah, exactly. It also helps to prevent sticking.
Okay.
So it's really about finding that balance
Yeah.
between using less oil for health reasons
Mhm.
and using just enough to get the best results
I see.
in terms of flavor and texture.
So what kind of oil should we be using?
The cookbook recommends using oils with a high smoke point.
Okay, wait, what does that mean?
So the smoke point of an oil is the temperature at which it starts to break down
Oh,
and
yeah.
release harmful chemicals. So oils with a high smoke point,
Like what? What?
like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil,
Okay.
those are all good choices for air frying.
So they can handle the heat
Exactly.
without getting all funky.
Right.
Okay, and how much oil should we be using?
A little goes a long way.
Okay.
A light spritz or a tablespoon is usually enough.
Okay.
You don't want to overdo it.
Because then things get soggy.
Yeah, soggy, and it can also start to smoke.
Yeah, that's not good.
So just enough to lightly coat the food
Okay.
and help it crisp up.
I feel like I'm really learning the art of air frying here.
You are. There's a definite art to it. It's
Yeah.
not just throwing things in and pressing a button.
Yeah.
There's technique involved.
Okay, so this cookbook is really helping us with that
It is.
by giving us all this knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think
Yeah.
we've covered a lot of ground here in part 2.
We have, but there's still more to come.
Ooh, I'm excited.
In the final part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
we're going to go beyond the basics and delve into some of the most unique and mouth-watering recipes
Ooh, yes.
from the Air Fryer Bible.
I'm ready.
All right, stay tuned, everyone.
Okay, so now I'm ready to hear about some of those really amazing recipes.
All right, so remember that chest-filled bread for breakfast we talked about?
Oh, yeah, that one sounded really good.
Yeah, so basically...
I'm intrigued by the bread bowl part of it.
Yeah, so you start with a crusty, round loaf of bread,
Okay,
and you carve out a cavity in the middle,
like you're making a bread bowl for soup.
exactly like that.
Okay.
But instead of soup, you're going to fill it with this savory mixture
Okay.
of cooked, thinly sliced meat,
Okay.
caramelized onions,
Hmm.
and shredded Parmesan cheese.
So it's like a whole meal in a bread bowl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and then what?
And then, of course, you top it off with even more cheese.
Of course.
And then you just pop it in the air fryer basket.
Okay,
Make sure you line it with parchment paper for easy cleanup.
good tip.
And cook it for 20 minutes
Wow.
at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, and the bread gets all crispy and the cheese melts.
Yeah, it's amazing. The bread gets nice and crispy and the cheese gets all gooey and melted.
That sounds so good.
It's really satisfying.
All right, what about the avocado toast?
Oh, yeah, the avocado toast.
I'm a little skeptical about using an air fryer for toast.
I know it sounds a little strange,
Yeah.
but trust me, it's worth trying.
Okay.
The air fryer gives the toast this really unique, crispy texture. So you start by spreading some butter on slices of grain bread,
Okay.
and you place them butter side up in the air fryer basket,
Yep.
again lined with parchment paper,
Okay.
and then you air fry them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes,
Okay.
flipping halfway through.
Okay, so you're really toasting it on both sides.
Yeah, you want that even crispiness.
Gotcha.
And then while the bread is toasting, you're going to mash some ripe avocado
Okay.
with some lemon juice, paprika, and salt.
The classic avocado toast topping.
Exactly. And then once the toast is done, you just spread that avocado mixture on top. Okay.
Crumble some feta cheese on there.
Ooh, feta.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then drizzle a little balsamic vinegar over the top.
Ooh, tangy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm convinced I need to try air fryer avocado toast.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so now let's talk about dessert.
Okay, bring on the sweets.
I want to hear about those air fryer banana caramel pies.
All right, so for these, you're going to start by adding a tablespoon of melted butter to some ramekins,
Okay.
and then you're going to press graham cracker crumbs into the sides and bottom.
So you're making like little mini pies.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then you layer sliced bananas on top of the crumbs.
Okay.
And then you generously drizzle caramel sauce over them.
This is already making me hungry.
All right.
Caramel and banana.
Classic combination.
So good.
So then you cook the ramekins at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for just 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3 minutes. That's all it takes.
Wow.
The air fryer does its magic and creates this warm, gooey filling and a slightly crisp crust.
And then you top it off with whipped cream.
Yes.
And some extra banana slices.
That sounds amazing.
It's so good.
I love how quickly the air fryer cooks things.
It's really convenient.
Yeah, you can have dessert ready in like no time.
Exactly.
Okay, so this cookbook has totally blown me away.
Me too.
I've learned so much about air frying.
It's amazing what you can make with these appliances.
It really is.
And it's not just about the recipes.
Right.
It's about understanding the techniques and the science behind it.
And this cookbook has helped us with that.
It really has. It's a great resource.
So to wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Sage Cook
Absolutely.
for writing the air fryer cookbook.
It's an amazing cookbook.
It is, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in exploring the world of air frying.
Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, there's something in this cookbook for everyone.
Yeah, and to all our listeners out there,
Mm-hmm.
keep experimenting in the kitchen.
Have fun.
And don't be afraid to try new things.
And most importantly, enjoy your delicious air-fried creations.
Happy air frying, everyone.